An aquatic mechanical design presentation. Hello, my name is Michael Chaffee from Aquatic Mechanical Design, and I'm going to explain what's in the price of our owner-builder Level 2 swimming pool and/or spa design service.
City or county building departments adopt building code requirements that mandate the guidelines to follow for an installation. As your design service, we become familiar with each jurisdiction's adoption of these. We also become acquainted with any local ordinances that may pertain, as this is the information that will be required to be exhibited on the plan for the plan checker's review. Our familiarity with the submittal requirements orchestrates the flow of information in a congenial way, and this greatly aids the potential for gaining approval. We exhibit this info by providing a checker's plan index page, which indicates where the officials may locate and verify the specific references being made for the construction intentions. The key to gaining approval is to provide officials a set of plans that can direct their review efforts towards the specific information that they wish to verify as the intended approach to the installation. Our efforts provide clear and concise affirmations for code compliant intentions.
Realize that exhibiting what is necessary on plans for code acceptance establishes only the minimum requirements for gaining approval from the officials, and this is the level of planning that a typical builder will set the bar to in providing plans for what they are selling. As well, those plans are free, but they can cost you far more than you may realize. Why, you may be asking? Well, please continue and it will become much clearer.
Realize that code compliance is just for validating that the plans address just that, meeting the current building code standards, not quality control for first-class result.
What goes beyond code compliance could fill a book. As an example, NEC code compliance requires plans to show how the main electric panel will supply power to the pool's equipment subpanel. These guidelines mandate what size, type, and buried depth is required for the conduit, together with what type and size of wire conductor is necessary for carrying the ampere load demand that is required to run all the pool equipment. The load, or amps, demand mustn't exceed the allowable voltage loss over the distance between the main panel and the subpanel, and that's basically all the NEC code criteria has for this portion of the work. Code compliant does not call out which automation control system is going to be employed, nor does code even require an automation system beyond an on and off switch timer. If your plans don't call for it specifically and identify how it's going to operate, the pool's features and functionality such as heating, spa jets, waterfall, deck jets, etc., well then, just obtaining code compliance from your plans won't make it just magically happen. And this is especially true when your pool estimate only went as far as code compliant intentions.
So you're probably asking, what's the rest of the story, right? Well, it's the finer details, and the details are what too often go unsaid, and that is why we are discussing how you can better prepare your plans and details for building a first-class result, rather than allowing someone to just sell you on code compliant. Take a look here as to what could be exhibited on your plans and specifications and could allow no independent assertions to be implied, just the facts. Automation controls could be referred to as the brains of a system, and as the brains, a system can be programmed to turn things on or off at specific times, as well as clustering groups or functions to operate simultaneously, like lighting, water features, spas, and other functions with the touch of a finger. Of course, please realize that this level of detail isn't required to meet code compliance.
And here are some other missing elements that escape a critiquing eye during the inspection process. An equipment schematic that exhibits the actual intentions for the pool and or spa equipment pad's layout isn't found to be necessary. Just a listing of the components. I'll bet you thought this was part of a code-compliant plan, but it isn't. Truthfully, how could a salesman delegate the responsibility of assembling the assortment of all these nuts and bolts without such a schematic? That simply escapes reason, not just a code-compliant installation.
Yes, developing buildable plans has a cost, but in the same light, a bad job doesn't look better just because it costs you less. How does a bad job happen for the excavation, electrical, plumbing, steel reinforcements? Well, bad instructions or no instructions at all.
As an example, just a code-compliant plan isn't going to provide you enough instruction for how to get a first-class standard accomplished for a great in-ground spa. It'll need instructions for the spa jet assemblies, the spa plumbing layout, the spa seating conformity, the spa's seating positions, and if desired, instructions for the spa jet locations. The simple fact is, you're not going to be able to delegate responsibilities for this level of accomplishment with merely a set of just code-compliant plans. Getting first-class standards requires instructions for the necessary steps to be taken. Our planning efforts bridge the gaping span between where code compliance stops and your expectations for first-class results had imagined. The simple fact is, a builder or subcontractor that's bid a set of plans that only requires code compliance isn't going to reach into their own pocket to invest anything more than what has been called out on the plans, right? So you may get an autofill device, but a properly sized overflow outlet can easily get missed if it's not identified on a thorough plan. So the simple truth is, it'll be up to you to make sure that everything being expected is in fact exhibited on your plans, and the reality of this is that that kind of information goes well beyond what is just required to meet the building code level of planning for obtaining a building permit. So please give us a call today and we can assist you in preparing for building to a first-class standard. And thank you for listening.